In the ancient sands of Canaan, long before nations rose, an elderly nomadic man named Abraham gazes at the stars from a rocky desert hill under a vast night sky. He wears rough linen robes and a weathered face full of hope. Date palms sway near a small tent beside grazing camels. The dry land stretches far into the horizon, scattered with olive trees. A soft, divine light touches him. I will make you into a great nation. Genesis 12:2. Sarah, a noble woman in her 70s, sits solemnly in her tent. Beside her stands a younger Egyptian servant, Hagar, dressed in simple desert linen. The arid landscape peeks in from behind, with stony hills and sparse grass. Sarah gestures toward Abraham outside, her expression heavy with resignation and sorrow. Go, sleep with my maidservant. Genesis 16:2. Hagar, now pregnant, walks alone near a date grove, hands gently on her belly. The dry breeze rustles her head covering. Nearby, a small water spring reflects the desert light. In her womb grows Ishmael, Abraham's firstborn. Hagar bore a son, Ishmael. Abraham was 86 years old. Newborn Ishmael, cradled in Hagar's arms, wrapped in swaddling cloth under the open tent of Abraham. Ishmael has dark hair and eyes, soft brown skin, and a curious gaze. Abraham, old but proud, stands over them, framed by the vast desert beyond. But this was not the child God had promised. At age 13, Ishmael stands tall and lean beside Abraham. He has strong cheekbones, alert brown eyes, curly black hair, and wears a desert robe with a leather belt. They walk among grazing sheep near the edge of a rocky valley. If only Ishmael might live under your blessing. Genesis 17:18. God's divine presence, a radiant light, shines over Abraham's tent. Abraham falls face down as a voice speaks from above. Ishmael watches from a distance, confused but intrigued. As for Ishmael, I will surely bless him. Genesis 17:20. Sarah, now miraculously pregnant, smiles in disbelief while touching her belly. Behind her, Ishmael watches her from a distance with a flicker of sadness, standing alone under a fig tree beside the campfire. Your wife, Sarah, will bear you a son, Isaac. Genesis 17:19. A festive moment. Isaac is born. Sarah and Abraham rejoice under the large open tent. Servants gather. In the corner, teenage Ishmael, now visibly older with proud eyes and tall posture, stands apart, watching quietly. Tension began to grow. Young Isaac, around 2 to 3 years old, plays with a stick. Ishmael, around 16, teases him playfully, perhaps too roughly. Sarah sees this from afar, her expression turning stern and alarmed. Get rid of that slave woman and her son. Genesis 21:10. Abraham, torn with emotion, sits by the campfire at dawn. Behind him, Hagar and Ishmael stand ready with a small water skin and a bundle of bread. The desert lies ahead, harsh and unforgiving. Ishmael looks solemn but brave. Do not be distressed. Listen to Sarah. Genesis 21:12. Hagar and Ishmael walk alone through a rocky desert canyon. The heat shimmers. Sparse acacia trees dot the path. Ishmael, now 16, wipes sweat from his brow, his youthful frame showing signs of fatigue. They wandered into the wilderness of Beersheba. Their water gone, Hagar lays Ishmael under a small bush. She walks a bowshot away and weeps. Ishmael lies still under the burning sun. His lips are parched. Around them, a harsh, empty desert. I cannot watch the boy die. A divine angel, glowing faintly, appears near Hagar. Light shimmers around her and Ishmael. The sky seems to part with heavenly warmth. Ishmael opens his eyes slowly. Do not be afraid. God has heard the boy crying. Genesis 21, verse 17. Spring suddenly appears in the rocky earth. Water flows, and Hagar lifts Ishmael's head to drink. His eyes brighten. The surrounding desert seems softened by light. A well appeared. Water flowed. Ishmael, now grown into a young man, practices archery in the desert. He is strong and skilled, with calloused hands, confident eyes, and a leather quiver strapped to his back. Palm trees and cliffs rise in the distance. He became a skilled archer. A maturing Ishmael with a desert caravan leading camels through ancient trade routes. His posture is proud, his eyes determined. Traders from different lands follow him, respecting his leadership. God was with him. Hagar, now older, watches Ishmael from a small tent near a desert oasis. Ishmael kneels to pray near the water, peaceful and strong, surrounded by his growing family. He lived in the desert of Paran. 12 tents are pitched across the desert, representing Ishmael's 12 sons. Each son stands tall beside his own tent, a growing tribe forming around their father. Ishmael, older now, looks over them proudly. From him came 12 princes. Genesis 25:16. Night sky over the desert. Ishmael walks alone, reflecting. He looks up to the stars as Abraham once did. His expression is calm, fulfilled. The moonlight reflects in the water nearby. He was not the son of the covenant, but he was not forgotten. A wide desert landscape glowing in golden light. In the center stands Ishmael, now older, with a staff in hand. His silhouette is strong. Behind him, tents, children, and a flourishing tribe. Above, the words, "He was heard, he was blessed, he was loved by God." Genesis 21:17 through 18.